Hello, Journal Junction here. I am in the process of making a journal out of a Cicely Mary Barker Flower Fairies of the Spring. And as you can see, I am just about ready to assemble it. I've got all the parts for it ready. And I will go into how I do that later in another video, but I wanted to show you just the inside pages and where I harvest my pages from. I thought that might be interesting. So first, I harvest pages from the book itself. I carefully remove them from the book and I save the pages. Any pages I'm not going to use in the book, I will use elsewhere. I may use them in tags, that kind of thing. I also have the slipcover of the book. I also have the Designs of William Morris book that has some lovely art in it. And I will use this as pages sometimes in my books. And then I have this old planner that has some beautiful pages in it. I thought I'd show you real quick. Pages like this. And you can use the pages in your old planners. And this is one that I bought after the season, and so I got it very inexpensively. And I am going to be using these pages in my journals. And they're nice, sturdy cardboard. And then, of course, there's the other sides of the pages. I can use these in my journals as well. I can clip this part of this out of this planner out and put them together and make a little tiny notebook within my journal. So that's another place that I will find papers for my journal. Of course, there are various hand-dyed papers, and I will use those in my journal. I use yellow pads. I will cut those up and use them in my journal. I love using graph paper in my journals. And all of these pads of paper, I thrift at the thrift store. I will use a guest check in my journal. This was 50 cents at the thrift store. I will use, this is an invoice book, and I will use a page of that in my journals. And then, do you love the artwork in calendars? Look at this. This is a fairy calendar that I actually got for free from someone. And it's an old calendar. And I will show you how I cover the backside of the calendar when I use the art in my journals. And then I got this old hymnal. It was written, scribbled in by some children, and so I've been taking pages out of it and using it in my journals. This is a sweet little golden book that the cover was completely ruined, and some of the pages have water stains, but I'm using some of these pages in my journal because the art is so sweet and beautiful. And then I have this old book that I love the color that I also use in my journals. I thought I would go ahead and flip through the pages here. This is going to be put here. And here's some hand-dyed paper. This is from the original book. This is from that William Morris book, hand-dyed paper. This is from the little golden book. Isn't that sweet? It's a more hand-dyed paper. This is from a paper pad. It's lovely lined they all have a little quote at the bottom. Here's some hand-dyed paper. Here is one of the pages out of the calendar, and this is from a page out of the planner, and I am going to stitch around the bottom 3 pieces here, and then I'm going to make a pocket out of that. The other side of that, here's some dyed paper, book page, more dyed paper. This is from the hymnal. Some dyed lined paper, some parchment paper that has been dyed. Okay, so this is one of the calendar pages, and I am going to stitch this paper. Let's see. I'm going to stitch around the edges here, just here and here, and leave it open for a pocket here. I am going to then tear the edges so that the back is no longer calendar, but is turned into a pocket. And then this is the last page of this is from the original book, and it'll be the center of my journal. So here are the other sides of those pages. And I hope you join me in another video where I show you a little bit more on how I put this together, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you're so inclined. Sorry for the shakiness of the video. I hope it wasn't all like that. I'm standing here showing you everything, and my table was a little wobbly. But like I said, like and subscribe if you can, and if you're so inclined. It really does help small channels like mine get going. Thanks so much, and have a great day.